pressed it.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a fly. It's a fly on my leg. Alright, go.
Hello, hello, my lovelies, and welcome to this week's episode. Dun, 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 dun.
So, Victoria, what's that banana you're driving?
I've never been so excited to drive a banana before. I can't believe I just said that. This is a very, very, very special Gallardo. And you're probably thinking, but Victoria, you've driven Hurricanes and you've driven all the other toys. Not like this one, my friends. Come and join with my very special partner today. Justin!
Hello, Victoria. How are you?
I'm having an awful time, Justin.
We seem to have come dressed the same.
What the? Well, you know why? Did you have to buy yours?
Yes.
Because mine was hashtag gifted.
No! Bloody Nick Murray.
Thank you so much, Nick. We love our t-shirts. You are the best. And you are also the best. You are the best car friend in the world for joining me today. I know that you're super busy, that you don't even have time for your own channel, but there was no one else I could do this video with.
You can't drive a Lamborghini without me unless there's someone else here, because obviously there's only 2 seats, but I am the Lamborghini man.
No.
Yes, I am. I've been studying Lamborghinis all my life.
Yeah, if it was an e-gear, I'd be fine. But she's a manual.
Yes, you love manuals.
I don't, but I'm getting better with them. But this one is one of those manuals. You know what I mean? One of those manuals, the ones that you have to look to see what you're doing. Like, who invented that? Who thought it was a good idea?
So these are great, you know, because they didn't make many. The thing is, the manual was the default version. If you wanted the e-gear version, you had to pay an extra like $5,000. But do you know how many they made?
Of manuals? Well, hardly any, just like the 430 manual.
Yeah, so they made, in total there was 14,000 Gallardos. That's said with an English accent, we normally say Gallardo. But only estimates are about 400 to 500 were manual, which makes it about
crazy.
3 to 3.5% of production was actually a manual. Which is ironic because that was the free option. The e-gear was the optional extra.
So I'm in a very exclusive car yet again.
You are, they're very hard to find.
Which isn't mine. And the only reason the owner isn't joining me today is because he doesn't speak English. He wanted to do the video in Spanish.
And he probably can't bear to watch.
It's not too bad.
Actually, you're doing alright with the gearbox.
But the only thing I don't get is, what am I doing wrong? There's something I'm doing wrong. Because the engine isn't sounding right when I'm changing gear. What am I doing wrong? Oh, it's just awful. I'm having such an awful time.
What's wrong with the car?
There's nothing wrong with the car. She's beautiful. Listen to her. Oh, she's just gorgeous.
So this is a 2005 car, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's another reason why I needed you here, because I can't talk and drive manual at the same time. And you obviously know all of the stats. Now, on the channel so far, I've had a Hurricane, yellow, actually, matchy, and an R8 of, you know, kind of same kind of era. So
yeah, well, we need to talk about that.
Well, tell me more. Tell me more about this one while I manoeuvre.
So you know, this is the first generation Gallardo, right?
It is.
So it has a 5-litre V10.
Right.
Then there was a second generation, which was a 5.2-litre V10.
Okay.
Now, what's really interesting is that the V10 engine in this car was actually originally developed by Lamborghini. In fact, in the late 80s...
It was, wasn't it?
Do you remember in the late 80s there was a prototype called the P140, which if people want to Google it, the Lamborghini P140, which was Lamborghini's first attempt at a small car, which they never made because they didn't have any money.
Right.
And then they got bought out by Audi.
Yes.
And then when they launched the Gallardo with that engine, but they upgraded it to a 5-litre. Originally it was a 3.9.
Okay.
So anyway, so the engine in this car is the original Lamborghini V10 that they developed. They just made it a bit bigger.
Ah.
And then when the second gen Gallardo came out with a 5.2, it's actually the Audi engine So this is the last Lamborghini.
Speed bump.
No,
Speed bump.
speed bump.
Speed bump.
Because the V10 in this one is the last V10 actually
Made by Lambo.
actually designed originally by Lamborghini before Audi got involved.
Which makes it even more
Which
exclusive.
even makes it even more special.
Which I just want to stop the car, call a tow truck, and get it transported back to the owner's house.
So exactly. So I mean, a manual version. So the very last manual Lamborghini was a Gallardo. The very last one to be made was a Gallardo.
Wow.
And there's so few of them in the world. And to get a manual one with the old engine, is really difficult. There just aren't that many of them. Because in the early days, people just bought the E-gear. So there you go. So you're driving something quite difficult to find, actually.
I
They're
can't
quite
see
rare.
the speed bumps. Like, this one's low.
We are sat very low. But that's one of the things with this car as well. It doesn't have anything on it. It doesn't have any options, does it? No parking sensors. It doesn't have a lifting gear.
I noticed that.
It's got a manual gearbox.
I noticed that.
So
it literally has no extras on it.
I mean, the irony is that the owner of this car, the one who bought it originally,
was like, fuck it, I want the cheapest option possible.
He could just probably afford a Gallardo. He couldn't afford anything else. He literally didn't spec anything on it. But actually now it's a really good thing because...
Well, that's the thing, you know? To have, I mean, the type of person buying or looking for this car now is going to be a collector, right? It's not someone who's going to drive the car.
Yeah,
if you go for this particular, exactly. And to have this in your garage with like a manual 430 and, you know, what would the equivalent be in Porsche? 996, so like a 996 turbo manual. I had one of those, the company car for a while, the turbo, and then I had a 997 Turbo S. But just to have a garage with those three, oh my god, I'd be the happiest person on the earth, I would.
Yeah, they're a bit special. I mean, they're very rare to find. And this one's in very good condition as well. But it doesn't have anything to go wrong with it, because if you have the lifting gear at the front, electric seats, all the
then you're going to have
parking
problems.
sensors, things go wrong.
Exactly. And that's why I always think that cars nowadays, all these modern cars we're seeing, they're just not going to age well, right? Because there's just too much that can go wrong with them, she says as she tries to find third gear. I'm actually doing okay, I think.
I think you're doing fine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Honestly, because I know you would tell me if I was doing shit.
When we get a bit of space, you can floor it, we can hear some sound, hear what it's all about.
Or not. would be another option there. We have some speed bumps coming up here, so just any excuse to play around with the gearbox, which is the highlight of my day, you know?
Well, it's not very often. I mean, you get a car like this with a manual gearbox. I know we go on about it, but they're so rare. It's really hard. So, I mean, in terms of, because obviously you've driven a lot of Ferraris.
Yeah. You see that? What am I doing wrong? Am I pressing the clutch too quickly? Am I taking my foot off the accelerator too fast?
I think you're doing something weird.
I know, but that's why you're here
I'm
to
not
tell
sure
me
what
what
you
to
do.
Going down, I'm fine. It's going up. Right?
Yeah, you're not letting it go quick enough.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you need to just let it go.
But then will it not jump forward?
No, I don't think so. It'd be alright.
It feels sick.
So you've driven lots of Ferraris. Doesn't this feel a lot heavier than a Ferrari?
God, yeah. I mean, my wrist is hurting. I've trained arms today, so my wrists were a bit delicate anyway. But it's heavy. The steering's heavy. It's a heavy car.
Well, it's all-wheel drive as well, so you're turning.
So there we go. That was better.
Yeah.
That was better. Okay. Why do I put myself through all of this shit for you guys? I hope you appreciate it. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. She does feel a lot heavier, but she also feels chunky.
Feels chunky, yeah.
You know when you look at a girl, she's got chunky legs and chunky ass? That's what this would be.
You feel like you have to work it. No, it's a workout.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go to the gym. That's why I've been working out.
Have you?
Because I knew I was going to drive this today.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to get to drive it,
Oh, I know.
unfortunately. Unfortunately not, no. Not today. You don't have authorization from the owner of the car, but
That's a shame.
I'll be driving you around, little Miss Daisy, don't you worry.
Thank you.
So I think we need to find somewhere we can pull over and have a look at the outside of this bad girl. Because I'm sweating my tits off. So here we are, randomly parked in some like deserted industrial area, looking at the pros and cons and comparing it to Fezza's Fezza. So you've got 430, which is the comparison, right, to the Gallardo.
Yeah.
And out of everything that we've looked at, you've decided to focus on the storage area.
Yeah, it's a
in
bit
the
rubbish.
front bonnet.
I did a video once with my Ferrari that I could actually get in it. I'm not going to try on this one because even though I've lost quite a bit of weight, there's no way I can fit in there. That's really bad.
Are you sure you don't want to try?
No, you can if you want. You're the boot expert. Actually.
Well, that's why, because our roles have been changed, haven't they? So I didn't know if you wanted to maybe give it a try.
Yeah, that's quite impractical.
Okay.
I was just testing Victoria if she knew how to open the engine cover on this car. It's not that obvious actually. But
And I'm highly offended at the fact that he even asked me. Did I know the answer
I
beforehand?
know all these things, but yeah, Victoria knew. It's actually behind the seat. Because normally in a lot of Italian cars, they're here on the door, aren't they? And you flick the thing up. But this one is not. You sort of move the seat and there's a little lever back there.
Well,
So
I mean, I knew this anyway before your little quick
yeah,
exam.
but
But
most people wouldn't know that.
yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for joining. You've been so much help.
Glad I could be of assistance, really.
Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure today.
Thank you for inviting me.
I feel like I haven't partaken much in this video, but I'm glad you were here full of knowledge.
Well, I think the important thing was that I just let you get on with the gearbox.
I'm dreading driving back to the owner's house, to Pedro's house. But
well, it's been a pleasure anyway.
thanks for your support. I'm so glad that, can we do maybe another video before the end of the year, considering we're in the last week of September?
I might even do one for my channel this year.
Stop
You know?
teasing people! Why would you tease people? That is awful, isn't he? Teasing us all. Anyway, my friend, thank you very much for joining.
You're
It's been a
welcome.
pleasure. I've missed the banter, I've missed your face. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hopefully, maybe with Fezza soon.
Well, let's see.
Bye guys!
See you later. Bye.